with Chef Davinder Kumar, and in his lair, in his office, and there must be so many years of experience and so many years of kitchen tales which happened here. And I actually had the privilege of coming down to their most impressive kitchens in the Meridien. But I want to ask you about this entire idea behind the awards, and you were the founding member 16 years back. No one knew of food awards then. And what is it all about?
Yeah, you see, absolutely right that no such awards ever existed in India. So the main objective of hosting these awards was to create a platform where fellow professionals, young chefs can exhibit their culinary skills, and they are honored for their excellence in culinary field.
And these are people who are actually working in professional, like in kitchens and hotels and restaurants. So not necessarily just people who work in the media, but people who are actually day in and day out working in kitchens.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So we don't even get to see them because we get to see their food they send, but we don't know who's sending this to us.
Absolutely. So the idea was to introduce these awards so that we honor fellow chefs, professionals, and various other professionals who have contributed to the hospitality industry. And it's been very successful. As I said, we celebrated 16th annual Chef Awards, and you are one of the recipients. Congratulations.
It's an absolute honor for me.
So there are 16 categories awards, which comprises of top category, golden hat, silver hat, lady chef of the year, chef of the year, and then we have master category, master chef. The idea behind master chef was very, very unique. We keep honoring various people, but what about those masters who actually work behind the scene? People who have given their life in the kitchen. So this master chef category is an award to recognize those craftsmen.
Wow.
So
can you give me some examples of who?
Example, master chef kebab category, master chef confectionery, master chef bakery, master chef let's say vegetable carving.
So these are not necessarily trained chefs, but they are people who are sort of experts in the field.
They are masters.
Okay.
They may not be possessing those academic qualifications,
but they are the ones who teach the people who
they
come
are
out
the
of
ones who
college.
create, who cook that, right. So there was a need to actually honor such masters. So that was one. That there are about 10 categories, and besides all this, we have food critic, as you are one of them, and lifetime achievement award. So all put together, these awards, in fact, are the only awards which have sustained over the years.
Absolutely.
The reason being is that we have set criteria. We are quite rigid criteria. We invite application, nomination from various hospitality segment, whether it's restaurants, institutions, hotels.
And the criteria is quite rigorous. Like you have to think and really
Absolutely.
put the entry.
Yes, eligible candidates are invited. If for master chef categories, we have a trade test conducted, and assessment is done under a set jury, which is WAC certified, which is headed by a chairman. This time we had a chef from Malaysia as the chairman of the jury.
So that is.
And the best of the best, those candidates, professionals who score beyond 85% are actually considered, because one of our objective is also to prepare them so that they are able to compete at an international platform.
And this is something which is really about the Indian culinary heritage. It's not so much about this hotel or this restaurant. I mean, all of you who are senior people are putting in your own time and commitment in this. It's completely what they say in the corporate world, which you know, CSR in a way. Like it's a social, it's a way of giving back to
Absolutely.
the industry.
Very true. So
what drives you is what I'd love to know, in fact.
well, it's again passion. You see, having spent more than 4 decades in this culinary journey in this field, I think you feel happy and satisfied when you are able to give back to society. And this is one of the prime objective of Indian Culinary Forum, which is India's first and the largest chefs association, you see, having more than 2,000 members. And You see, the sustainability is there because there is total transparency. We just don't give award for the sake of it. There is a proper jury even for top category of the award as golden, silver, lady chef of the year.
Most prestigious ones.
Absolutely, there is a jury comprising of managing directors, CEOs, etc. They only decide. And likewise, you see, we are also promoting this culinary profession.
Yeah, and then true.
See, we encourage in particular ladies, girls to join this profession.
And being a professional chef is something which women are a bit afraid of, because they have not been really encouraged. So I think it's wonderful that you're encouraging them.
Yeah, response has been pretty good. I think you see many girls now joining this profession.
Yeah, and there are so few senior lady chefs, like very few, who are there. And
I think they are growing.
That's wonderful. And I also wanted to ask you that, like for example, when I was honored to receive this award, then Mr. Suresh Bhattacharya, who is like a reading writer from Delhi, he said that he was one of the earlier things, and that was so inspiring for me. I would like to know, like, there must be some of the chefs who have become like really big industry leaders today who have won this award when they're starting off, and any which come to mind?
You see, there are many chefs. You see, it began with Chef Arvind Sarvasat. He was the first chef that we honored him with.
Wow, and he was a legend.
He was a legend. Chef Satish Arora, Chef Hemant Baroy. And there are many chefs, who have been honored with these awards. And you see, any award is a recognition towards your one's contribution and services. So, Indian Culinary Forum, and having been in existence since 1987, has established now as a brand, and it has also established as a brand for chefs in the society and the industry at large. So there was one thing more I want to add here.
Yeah, and I'll ask you a couple of questions after that, because I know you're a busy man, but I'm going to ask you, but please tell me.
You see, one of the main objective of ICF is also to educate fellow chefs. So with that objective, we hosted 7th Chef Summit, which we call it, right? It's a knowledge summit where very important topics, were chosen, and industry leaders, senior chefs, senior professionals, they conducted it. They were moderator, general managers were the moderator, they were chefs. So topics were discussed, you see. So there were more than about 300 participants this year. This was held in the morning, and the chef award ceremony.
Yeah, I know, and the topics were very interesting.
Yes. So, when we say objective is education, so we host that. When it comes to honoring, recognizing the chef award, then there is another component which I must highlight, is that as you just mentioned just now, CSR. We do charity. We have ICF Chef and Child Foundation.
Wow.
So whatever proceeds which are accumulated after hosting this chef award, especially gourmet dinner, which is named as Chef and Child Gourmet Dinner, proceeds go to charity.
Wow.
So all put together, education, honoring chefs, promoting cuisine, promoting profession, and charity. So all put together, I think there were no such platforms. So I'm really very happy and delighted and proud, and we want to take this annual Chef Awards at national level the next year.
And that's wonderful. I've got just 2 quick questions for you. One is like the category which I have won in, which is the Food Critic and Writer Award. What I would like to know is that, an experienced body like you, when you're looking at food writers in general, not me in particular, but what is it that you're looking from in food writers? Like, how can they contribute to the overall Indian culinary movement? Like, what can we do better?
As they say, pen has more power than the pan.
Pan feeds the pen.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So in this sentence, I would say that it's the people like you, the food writers, food bloggers, food presenters. You are the one who actually project us.
We are just the messengers, but I mean.
No, I think you see, it's very important today. I think media plays a big role, no matter how best chef I am. But if I'm not projecting well, so I think your role in the hospitality industry or culinary field is very, very vital, I would say that. That's why we recognize food critics or food writers.
Thank you. We try to live up to the responsibility, and it's an important one because also it's just telling the story of what's happening in Indian cuisine, which you are going to do together. I'm just going to ask one last question because of the audience here, because there'll be so many young chefs or aspiring chefs who will be watching, and I meet so many of them. I just met a young boy who's studying in the Culinary Institute of America and wants to be a chef. So you've got so many years of experience, and you've seen so many people in the profession who've done well. You've seen perhaps many more people who've not done well. Some words of wisdom from you, from people entering into the profession, including the young chef who's shooting us. What is it that they should keep in mind when they want to enter this profession?
You see, I have that 4 or 5 pillars that
Yes, would love to
believe in that especially in this profession, that you have to have passion.
Passion,
Secondly, patience.
patience,
Third is perseverance,
perseverance.
right? Then is the positivity.
Wow.
So these things are very, very important.
And it's all P's, huh? Passion, patience, perseverance, positivity.
It's very, very important, and more so, you see, any profession of which, especially culinary profession, life is not that easy. It's pretty hard. So I think if any one of these 4 or 5 pillars are missing, then it can be you will find difficulty in rising. So you need to maintain that momentum. Of course, I also truly believe that that's my new funda, which I am telling you, youngsters, 2 things which probably were never there earlier. One is that always carry good values. That you should not lose, because they don't understand that characters plays an important role, which we some or the other over the years today we tend to deviate. I personally feel that you must maintain that self-discipline in life, character, which will ultimately support you in building your future. And the last but not the least, take care of your health. That's very important. Probably these things were never so much important, evident, but today's world, this hectic lifestyle, we youngsters must make sure that they take care, they maintain character, self-discipline, values, everything comes with that, and of course health. Ultimately, that's what's going to make you live life.
Thank you so much. And you know what you said is words of wisdom, not only for a chef, but for anyone in any profession, including for me as a writer. So I'm just going to take the liberty of summing it up once again. So it's passion, it's patience, it's perseverance, it is positivity, it is good character, integrity, and taking care of your health. So I have paid a lot of attention to what you said. I'm going to implement this. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
And let me congratulate you.
Thank you.
And look forward to
Thank you.
continuing association.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.